Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Tuesday Show Me the Money call. This is Nikisha, and I am so excited calling from Berkeley, California here. But we have people on the line from all over. When I say all over, I mean all over the place. So we're going to get the call started, but I'm going to welcome, and I want you guys to introduce yourself. Let's have your name and where you're calling from so we can get to know you a bit. Go ahead. Who's out there?
Dr. Reginald Brasso, Houston, Texas.
All right, Dr. Brasso.
Howdy.
Howdy. All right. Reggie White is on the line. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Where are you calling from, Mr. White?
Port, Texas.
That's right, Texas. I wanted you to say it. Texas in the house. Who else is out there? Doris? Was that Doris I heard? Don't be shy. Say your name and where are you calling from? All right, Mrs. Doris. All right, we got Texas people in the house. Who else is out there? Say your name and where are you from?
You got Reggie White from San Ramon, Texas.
Right, yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the call. It's always great to have you on. I know there's tons of people out there. They're just hiding behind the bushes right now, but come on out.
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
It's too late, but we know you're out there, and we know that the information that you're going to hear on this call is going to have you jumping out of your skin. If you're anything like we are so excited after yesterday's call, actually. I mean, I'm tongue-tied here because I'm so excited about the future of 10. I'm excited about the present state of 10. It's just wonderful what we have in our hands, and I'm going to remove myself and introduce to you Mr. T. Mr. T is a businessman. He has experience on top of experience in the industry. He's worked with huge teams. He's built huge organizations. When you ask him a question, he knows his stuff, and I'm going to turn it over into his more than capable hands. He's actually been in the industry over 15 plus years. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that. But what I want you to get from this is that this is real. This opportunity is huge. It's real. It's accessible to everyone. It levels the playing field for everybody, and we want you to seize the moment. Without further ado, Mr. T, are you out there?
Yes, Nikisha, can you hear me okay?
We can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Thank you for that warm introduction. And, folks, I'm here in Denver, Colorado. I want to welcome you all once again. It's cold outside, but it's warm inside. And I tell you, like Nikisha said, definitely get your popcorn ready, get your pen and paper out because we have some exciting information to share with you tonight. And go ahead and send out those last-minute texts to friends, family, prospects, you name it, and tell them to get on this call right now. It's only going to be about 20, 25 minutes. Great information regarding 10 and this amazing opportunity. But just for the brand new people or the brand new person who just joined us tonight for the very first time, I want to let you know that Team Effort Network is part of a 12-year-old company, Team Effort International, and debt-free entity with our sister division, My Video Talk. We have close to 500,000 distributors in over 70 countries, over 20 millionaires with a technology division, folks. And I tell you, if Mel and Amy were able to do that with the technology division, Lord have mercy, what's getting ready to happen here with 10, with these 5 amazing sprays, and especially with this new product and new marketing that we're going to have coming out here by Saturday of next week, folks. I can't wait to see a lot of you in Vegas. You know, the excitement. I tell you, it was just genius for Mel to leak a little bit out last night because it definitely has people coming who wouldn't have been coming. It kind of pushed a couple of people over the edge. And for those of us that are coming, it definitely pushed our anticipation over the top. So, Keisha, I'm going to turn it back to you because I know you're busting at the seams. And, we talked a little earlier today. But why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about these 5 amazing sprays that we currently have with 10?
Absolutely, Mr. G. If you can see me right now, I'm grinning from ear to ear because I'm one of those individuals who I'm just on the edge of excitement right now. It pushed me over the edge. That call yesterday was just phenomenal. And I know we have a guest on the phone, and I hope she talked about that call too because I know she was so excited. But I'm going to give you a short product overview just to give you a taste of why we're so excited. I mean, we have 5 super powerful intraoral sprays. That's what it's all about, intraoral sprays. And it's not some big, huge thing that requires a deep intellectual discussion. We're talking about daily preventative nutrition, basic nutrition, folks, that you can get delivered right into your glands and right into your bloodstream within 5 minutes or less. It's just the absorption method is just unheard of. The results we've been getting. And like Mel Gill, our ownership team said yesterday, because of the delivery method and because you have the highest quality ingredients, you know, they don't skimp on the ingredients and the quality, the integrity of the product speaks for itself. That's why we're getting the massive, massive results that we're getting. I mean, the ingredients themselves are just powerful. And speaking of the new product line, I mean, it's unfathomable what they've been able to do. It's incredible. And, you know, I thank God every day for this nutrition that, you know, He put here on this earth. It's just amazing what it makes our bodies do. It makes our bodies function the way they are meant to function. So that said, millions of Americans have trouble swallowing pills and billions more across the globe. And a lot of us on this call right now have issues swallowing pills. Who wants intramuscular injections? You know, nobody likes needles that I know of. Same thing with your sublingual liquids. You know, it doesn't give you the absorption that you think it would, and that includes like your health juices and your shakes and whatnot. It's nice, you know, to include those as part of a healthy daily diet. But let me tell you something: you're not getting what you think you're getting from them. So when it comes to absorption, intraoral sprays trumps all of those delivery methods, delivering 98 to 100% of the highest quality ingredients you'll find in our intraoral sprays. What are intraoral sprays? Intraoral sprays, basically, it's a high quality nutrient, daily preventative nutrients that 10 has to offer. You squirt it right into your cheek, the inside of your cheek. Your cheek mimics the action of a sponge. It pulls those nutrients right into your glands and right into your bloodstream. As I said, 5 minutes or less, you've got your daily preventative nutrition going to work on your body's behalf. And let me tell you, we have results pouring in all the time. And I can't wait until those new products hit the market, that TAG blend, that proprietary blend. I am so excited. Mel mentioned that, you know, with that blend, you have 3 super powerful ingredients that each one of those is just, you know, it's just so powerful in their own right. And then you put it together in that proprietary blend. I just can't believe, you know, what was placed in our hands. And like I said, I'm humbled by the magnitude of what this really is. Our first spray is D-Power. D-Power contains vitamin D3. We know it as the sunshine vitamin. The sunshine vitamin is responsible for a whole lot more than we previously thought. We thought it was responsible for bone health. It's responsible for a whole lot more, including vitamin D3 deficiency. It staves that off. So with that, you get asthma, you get the flu more often, muscle weakness, psoriasis, depression, chronic kidney disease. And you have to have the right level of D3 in your system to keep cancer away, okay? So those things are hugely important. So we have to get D3 in our system. That D-Power spray also contains vitamin E. Vitamin E is a super powerful antioxidant. So both of those ingredients are in that spray. And when we talk about these sprays, we're talking about patented sprays. So 10 really has something that we're running hard with. The next spray is our B-Boost spray, and B-Boost is magnificent. What B-Boost does is it delivers a sustainable source of energy throughout your day. You don't have crashes like you have with your energy drinks, okay, and coffee, and that sort of thing. But it contains three powerful B vitamins, B3, B6, and B12. And you put those together and you have a nice complex going to work on your behalf in your body for major organ health, red blood cell formation, to ward off anemia. I know a lot of people suffering from anemia, and quite a bit more. I'm going to move on to our next spray. Our next spray is our Slim by 10. All these products are natural ingredient products, no man-made chemicals in them. This is it's just phenomenal to have this in a spray that's safe for diabetics, is safe for, and these sprays are safe for vegans. You can go on and on and on. They're safe for children. The Slim by 10 is a weight loss supplement. It contains 5 powerhouse ingredients: Garcinia cambogia and Carolina fimbriata, the number 2 and the number 1 appetite suppressant. And the Garcinia cambogia goes even further, blocking the fat-making process itself. I mean, hands down, unheard of by most people I know, including my doctors. It also contains African mango. African mango helps clean you out discreetly so that you don't feel tethered to the bathroom. And it actually helps to shrink your waistline. And I did mention Garcinia cambogia actually helps to get rid of that dangerous organ fat that exercise probably can't get rid of. It also contains that one spray, that Slim by 10 also contains green tea extract and green coffee bean extract. It's just phenomenal. The everything that's going on in that one spray and what it's doing when you go ahead and you squirt your cheek, it just goes right into action. It's amazing. Our fourth spray is our Super 10. Super 10 has 10 powerhouse ingredients. It contains ingredients that go to work on your behalf again. And what it does is it cleans your body of the toxins that are constantly attacking your cells. Okay? It helps with digestion. It helps with diarrhea. It helps with age-related macular degeneration, arthritis. I could go on and on and on. I know a lot of people with testimonials based on the Super 10. It also combats inflammation. And a whole lot more. I'm going to move on to our last spray. Our last spray is our Cell Energy. Our Cell Energy. Whew, I heard that it was dubbed a Spider-Man spray, and I thought that was hilarious. It makes you feel great. Cell Energy is like having an immune system in a bottle. It contains ingredients that basically wax and polish each and every cell. Okay, it's protection for your cell, and it's an industry first. We have glutathione in the spray form. 10 was able to accomplish that. So bravo, Melanie and Gil. It's just absolutely amazing what they were able to do. So that Cell Energy, the Super 10, and the Cell Energy actually contains a whole lot more than that. My bad. So Cell Energy contains glutathione, resveratrol. Let me tell you, aspartic acid is just amazing. It works with the glutathione, getting glutathione recycled throughout the body where it needs to be, which is every single cell. It's produced naturally by the liver, but at some point, when you reach a certain age, it was a whole lot earlier than you think, your body is severely depleted of it. But you have to put it back just so you can wake up feeling just refreshed, okay? So it's very important, very important. Every single person on this call, here's the key. You have to try it for yourself. Just get on the sprays. Just get on them. It's daily preventative nutrition. This isn't something that you have an option to do. You need to be on these sprays. 7+ billion people around the planet need to be on these sprays. Mr. T, I'm going to turn it right back to you because I'm amping up here.
Oh, I can tell. Thank you so much, Nikisha. Appreciate your passion, excitement, and your leadership out in Northern California. Keep up the great work. And I know you just kind of touched on a tip of the iceberg with our 5 amazing sprays. And, folks, companies were made off of each one of these sprays that we have. And, now we're coming out with another product. And I'm like, wow, We're getting ready to literally explode here on the product piece. But real quick, I'm going to do a brief version of the comp plan because we have a special guest on tonight, and you definitely want to hear what she has to say. But real quick, folks, there's over 10 different ways to get paid here with our compensation plan. You know, I always like to start with the retail part of our comp plan because most companies, you can't make any money, real money, off the retail part of the comp plan. Here, you can double and triple your initial outlay of cash. I mean, we have people who come, they purchase our Diamond Pack $3.99 one time. By the time the Diamond Pack shows up at their doorstep, it's already accounted for and sold. You know, most companies, folks are trying to beg others to get their products. Here we got it flying off the shelves. You know, I'm hiding them from my kids and my wife. And, you know, we have these stories all over the place. So, folks, make sure when you get your sprays, share them with friends and family, you know, help someone, you know, the stories and the testimonials. I mean, we have million-dollar testimonials on how these sprays have impacted families and friends. Do not sleep on the retail portion of the comp plan. Fast start bonuses, folks, $50 for every Diamond Pack that comes into the business. We have team builder bonuses, executive leadership bonuses, weekly team commissions for every 4 and 2 combination of Diamond Packs down to infinity. You're going to earn $150. We got people earning $150, $300, $450, $1,000, $2,000 in some cases plus per week just from this part of the compensation plan. Then we have the residual bonuses, and then we have a car program that is second to none, folks. We have the easiest attainable car program in the industry. Make sure you get back with the person that invited you to this call for the details. But just know this, you can actually have Ken pay for your Mercedes or BMW or Tesla just by having 75 people on your team. Total, down to infinity. We're not talking about 5 people on your first level, 3 on your... Nah, 75 people in your organization. You need to have 25 on one side, 50 on the left. They need to be purchasing the Diamond Pack auto ship. Bingo, you have a car payment for Mercedes or BMW or Tesla. And then if you double that, it goes up to $1,200. We have all kind of bonuses left and right. Just know this, folks. This compensation has already produced millionaires. Let me repeat, this comp plan has already produced millionaires with a technology division. Imagine what's getting ready to happen here in 2015, 2016 with these 5 amazing sprays and with the other products forthcoming. What I want to do now is flip it over to a good friend of mine. We're going over to the East Coast where this young lady has been doing a fantastic job with this company. I mean, you know, went from, you know, being in a lineup or on deck to get a lung transplant to now driving a bright red Mercedes-Benz, leading the charge out there on the East Coast with Dr. Dale, and that's none other than our good friend, Pastor Dr. Denise. How are you doing?
Mr. T, my buddy, how's it going, man?
It's going good. We try to keep it warm out here, but I know y'all doing it out in D.C.
That's okay. We're going to bring some sunshine next week. Next week, we're all going to come together. There's going to be a whole lot of sunshine in the place.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Well, Pastor Denise, why don't you come to the line? You know, we had the call yesterday. You could talk a little bit about that, but why don't you, for the people who haven't heard your testimony, I just think it's just flat out fascinating. Every time I hear it, I'm trying to call Pastor Denise. You got to share it with this person. You got to share it with that person. But take at least a few moments just to share a little bit of that. You know, talk about the car that you're rolling around in that you don't like to get wet. And then, you know, give us a little feedback on yesterday's call.
You know, Mr. T, I can never stop talking about Team Effort Network, Melanie Miguel, the product, the wonderful people that I've met since I've been a part of 10. It is just, there's so much to share, so much to talk about. And Nikisha, I love hearing you talk about the sprays. I could just sit and listen to you because your passion just comes through as you're demonstrating each spray. I'm sitting here just smiling like a little tough cat as you talk about I'm with it from ear to ear because it just is so true and it's so right and it's so good. And, you know, I was thinking, I said, you know, if you put yourself in the room with about 10 people that's taking the 10 vitamin sprays, I guarantee you will come out that room. Your life will never be the same.
No.
You know, right? Just surround yourself with about 10 people at one time that's all taking the vitamin spray. And I'm telling you, you're going to know something when you walk away from that conversation, because that is the type of impact, that is the impact that these natural 10 vitamin sprays are having in the lives of so many people around the globe. I share my testimony so often, Mr. T, but I don't get tired of sharing it because, when you come from such a place of sickness, when you're sick, and you know what, these vitamin sprays are just so timely. It's just so timely because it seemed at one point you kept hearing about people just getting sick. Diabetes, sugar, cholesterol, asthma, all kinds of conditions. People just in out the hospital, just going through stuff, trying to survive, just trying to enjoy a day. And that's kind of like where my health was going, pretty much with that, before I learned about the vitamin sprays. And some of you may know that I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis like 25 years ago. And sarcoidosis is like a condition it's inflammation of your lungs, your lymph nodes, your skin. It attacks all parts of your body. And they say that there's no cure for sarcoidosis. And many of you may know, if you know Bernie Mac, he was a comedian. That's what he died of. He died from sarcoidosis. But sarcoidosis, what it does, of course, it attacks your lungs. But from having that condition, whenever I would catch the flu, pneumonia, or anything like that that would attack my respiratory system, I would lose a lot of my lung capacity. So I was down to like 46% of my lung capacity. I developed an asthma attack for like 3-4 years straight. I would have an asthma attack like sometimes twice in 1 week I would have an asthma attack. But I was in the hospital at least 3 to 4 times a year dealing with my respiratory, the lungs, the asthma, or whatever was going on. I was just a regular hospital patient. So I come across these vitamin sprays, and I'm taking these vitamin sprays. I started taking the vitamin D after being invited to a secret meeting that Melanie McGill had in San Ramon, California. And I heard a doctor talk about the vitamin D and how he was dealing with asthma and how the vitamin D helped him with his asthma. Well, of course, I needed to hear that. And I felt like it was a divine appointment because Melanie McGill had no idea what I was suffering. And I had no idea that day I was going to be learning about a health supplement, So I started taking the vitamin D, and within a week, I'm already losing symptoms from what I was dealing with for 3-4 years. And one of that was coughing. I had this cough that just would not go away. Cough, all day long. I mean, all day nonstop, to the point I had even cracked my ribs from coughing so much. I would develop headaches from coughing so much. It was just a miserable way to live. But after taking the vitamin D spray, within 1 week, the cough was just totally gone. So that was just one of the symptoms I had. I had shortness of breath, heart palpitation, the cough. I lost all my physical ability. I used to play basketball, and I worked with children. And I have 5 beautiful, healthy children, so we were all very active. And, I was losing just my life. Taking these sprays, stopped coughing. The shortness of breath, just diminished. I was able to walk up a flight of steps, without screwing up the steps. So I'm noticing a difference in my whole health. And on top of that, I was supposed to have had a lung transplant. And after taking the vitamin sprays, going back and forth to my pulmonary specialist, he tells me, well, you're not going to leave the lung transplant. I don't know what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it because it's working. So my medical records are getting better and better. But, my pulmonary specialist, he would never tell me anything about the sarcoidosis. He just kept wondering what I was doing. He kept trying to make me think I was still taking the medication that he had me on. And I kept kindly trying to tell him, no, Dr. Delaney, I'm not taking the steroids anymore. No, I'm not drinking the Tussin. No, I'm not taking, what else did he have? The inhaler. No, I'm not using the Advair. And he kept asking every time I go, what medications are you on? I'm not taking any medication. I'm just taking this vitamin D spray. I'm taking this vitamin D. But he would just never, give me credit for that. And he would never really say anything about the sarcoidosis. So finally, I had a doctor's appointment with my internal medicine doctor, who they gather all of your reports, all of your x-rays and your CT scans from all the other doctors you've been seeing. And they bring in the final report. So I go into the doctor a few weeks ago. And for the first time since I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis, my internal medicine doctor, my primary care doctor, she tells me the sarcoidosis is gone. She just looks at the report. She looks at me. She examines me. And she does her hand like she said, the sarcoidosis is just gone. This is incredible. What are you doing? So, of course, I'm telling her about the sprays. And but to get that report, it was just a beautiful thing to hear because, the doctors are telling you there's nothing that they can do. And it's nothing that they can do. But these natural oil vitamin sprays will get in that body, giving the body exactly what it needs, and the body will respond. It will react as you give it what it needs. So that's just a quick, overview of my testimony because it's so powerful and it's so much in it and there's so much I'm leaving out. But when I sit back and I think about where I was to where I am now, it's like it's just incredible. It's just amazing. And then to know, listening to that call last night with Mr. Mel Gill, all I can say is making great health convenient. This is where we're going in 2015. You heard it from the CEO himself. That is going to be our new slogan for 2015, making great health convenient. And this is exactly what we've done so far. It is very convenient to take a small vial of a vitamin spray, stick it in your pocket, your purse, your hand, wherever, take it out and spray it, and you know that you're getting better. But what is this new product, Nikisha? What is it? What is this new product?
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
Don't ask me. I'm on edge.
You should not have done that to us last night because I'm telling you.
No.
We blew up Google to try to figure out what the heck is CWCHW. What is that? Listen, see, it was funny. Everybody was on Google. I know people couldn't even get on Google last night because all the chit chat was on there trying to figure out what Mel Gill was talking about. But listen to what he said about this. He said this is going to be a movement. Come on, family. When you hear the word movement, that means it's going to be a major change. It's going to be history. It's going to affect people's lives around the world. Movements make changes, huge changes. He said it's a project, the THWTAG. He said it's the highest quality of ingredients made right here in the old U.S. of A. First to market, history in the making. I'm telling you. He said, look, and on top of that, look, listen to you, Keisha. We're going to get a video of this new product and special tools to be able to promote this new product. You know what? I couldn't say after last night. See, Mr. T, you were wrong for having me on this call tonight. Because you know I just called my little stuff down. No, that was just wrong. That was wrong. Because you know it took me all night up to this point to calm myself down. Now you got me all excited again. Now I got to go ahead and find some Super 10 to calm my little self down. And look, did you hear him say that the first goal is to go straight to at least 50 million? Come on. At least 50, and at least, 50% of that is going to be paid out to the field. So, family, you know what? Mr. T, where are we going in 2015? Where are we going? We are going straight to the top, and everyone that is in position, you have no idea the position of favor that you are in. You have no idea what's coming up the pike. Just thank God that you are here, that you are where you are, that you are being prayed for, you're being taken care of, you're being watched out for, because none of this happened by chance. None of this is by convenience. God has his hand on Mel and Amy Gill. They have blessed people's lives around the world, not just here in the U.S., but around the world. They have made major changes in people's lives, their health, their finances, their family. So we are in a good place with CEOs over us that have good hearts towards people and wanting them to make it. Have you ever met anybody that really wants you to make it as much as Mel and Amy Gill want you to make it? Just have you ever? I mean, that is their mission, to see that you make it. I thank God for that. But somebody is just as concerned about me making it as I am. I'm thankful for that. So, look, Mr. T, take this call over, man. I'll keep on going for another hour.
We good. We love it. We always appreciate you coming on. And, I purposely wanted you to come on today because I knew you were so jazzed up after last night.
That was wrong. You know he's wrong, Nikisha. You know he's wrong. Yeah. Don't just calm down.
and folks, you got to know this. Pastor Denise, you brought up a couple of good points. You brought up a lot of good points, but I'm going to highlight a couple. And folks, for those of you like myself who may have been in the industry for a while, a couple key things I want you to zone in on that's extremely important, especially with this new product. Timing, and I believe Dr. Reginald, he always talks about timing, so I'm going to leave that for him. But with this new product, we're going to have marketing tools to help push the product and the opportunity. Folks, that's fascinating. That's a first ever here with 10. And then, you know, Mel mentioned the sampling of the product. You know, that's another big thing that a lot of, you know, the leaders that I've been going after, working on, some who just recently joined, and I believe we got one on the phone right now from Atlanta. But they're like, Mr. T, can we sample? Do we have some? Well, apparently from what Mel shared last night, we're going to be able to sample. And two, just the vision of $50 million. You know, Mel doesn't throw numbers out too often or goals like that. They mainly leave that for the field, for us to, you know, just kind of leave that. But for him to say, hey, 50 million is the goal, folks, I just think that's tremendous, because knowing Mel and Amy, they're going to do whatever it takes to make sure we hit that 50 million mark as fast as possible, because a large portion of that is going to be coming back out to the field and to you and I and to everybody on this line. So I want to ask you tonight, what's going to be your cut of that 25 million? What is going to be your cut of that 25 million? Pastor Denise, thank you so much. And what I want to do real quick is turn it over to my real good friend. You know, he's had a tremendous amount of experience in this industry, built huge organizations, always good and glad to have him on the call. And that's none other than Dr. Reginald Razzle Brazzle. Doc, what you got for us tonight, sir?
Well, I tell you, I don't know if I can add too much. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
I tell you, boy, his ladies are on fire. I mean, you know what? Art Williams used to say, A.L. Williams, he said, you set yourself on fire and people will come and watch you burn. And that's what basically that's what's happening with these ladies that's on this call. That's why she's driving that Mercedes. And I can't wait to see Nikisha and, of course, myself and a lot of others that are on this call, you know, just living the American dream, you know. Mr. T kind of touched on it previously. I tell you, you know, about the timing, you know, and we've been in this industry, like Mr. T has mentioned on these occasions, on these calls for some time now, over 25 years. But, you know, we won some, we made some money in some, we lost some money in some, but we kept on trying. For those of you that are on this call that have never been in this industry, it's not a game. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And we know from experience, but you know what? When you have a passion for something, you believe in something, you'll go and do it regardless. You know, he used to always say to Art Williams, and it's one of my greatest motivators. He say, you know what? If you just go around and ask enough people, you want to buy some insurance? You want to buy some insurance? And you keep asking enough people, and somebody going to say, yes, I want to buy some insurance. But we have a product here that is selling on its own. All you have to do is get them to try it. And, you know, it's going to do its thing. You know, I'm quite sure, and you heard the testimonies, and you hear Pastor Denise's testimony. I mean, we've never experienced this type of testimonies and the speed of these testimonies. So that leads me kind of in the timing. You know, if you notice, everything is speeding up. And, you know, we're in the right industry, so I'll just put it at that. The Wellness Revolution, Paul Zane Pilsner, if you Google his book, The Wellness Revolution, you'll see. This is a $1 trillion industry. I didn't say billion, I said $1 trillion. And he refers it to as the sickness industry, because of the fact that we have more and more people that are dying from heart disease. I'll just give you a few statistics real quick. In 2014, heart disease, over 600,000 people died. And that's one person every minute dies from heart disease. Cancer, last year, over 562,000. The number 7 death illness, diabetes. And number 6 is what? Alzheimer's. And then chronic lower respiratory diseases right in there, and strokes, of course. And we have sprays that can help in these different areas. And like we always say, we don't make any health claims or anything like that, but we can share the testimony. So as far as timing, let's get back to timing. Now, Paul Zane Pilsner, and he's a world-known, like I say, economist. He lectures with presidents and world leaders and so forth. He talked about it back in around 2007. He talked about he predicted that by the year 2010, there was going to be an additional $1 trillion of the economy will be devoted to products and services that keep us healthy. And because of the fact that we're baby boomers, we want to slow down the aging effect. We want to look better. We want to feel better. We want to prevent diseases from developing altogether. And so the implications of the shift to proactive wellness are far-reaching, from health to beauty to food to medicine. Let's go back in time a little bit. 1908, Henry Ford Model T launched $1 trillion automobile industry. Fast forward, about 73 years later, in 1981, IBM PC launched $1 trillion personal computer industry, which grew so fast that PC sales surpassed U.S. auto sales in only 10 years. Now, let's look at that. Why did it happen like that? Everything, if you notice, is getting faster. Look at the differences. Would you invest or get into a company that's marketing? I would say some of you may know about this, but cassette players and even 8-track players. Now, y'all may not know about that, 8-track players, but you may have heard of cassette players. But you wouldn't get in a company or invest in a company today that invested in that. Even right now, you look at DVDs and CDs. Everything is going MP3 and MP5s or whatever it is that they're coming up with now. But if you notice that everything is moving faster. Same thing if you look at with the cars. Now, let's put it on our sprays. Let's look at our sprays. Let's look at how the absorption rate is so much faster and you're getting faster results. That's what everything is all about. That's what this paradigm shift is about. So the timing is perfect. We want to get in front of that wave, and that's what we're doing right now. This company, and that's another good thing about it. And we look at companies, we've looked at companies for over 20-some years, and we see some things in this company, not only the quality products, but the price, like ridiculous. Come on, $30 retail or $45, whatever, $50. I mean, I'm willing to pay more than that. So you look at those prices, what these products retail for. Now, so let's get back to, not only the timing of the company, but we're talking about a new product that probably a little over a year old with this particular product, but you don't have to worry about some of the things that we've dealt with in the past. We're getting with companies that these startup companies tell you ground floor, but yeah, a lot of them never got off the ground either. Okay, so those are things that you got to look at. Our company has over 10, 11, 12 years experience. It's just a new product, new division with the same compensation that created over 20 millionaires. Now, let's talk about why are we on this call? Many of you, like myself, hopefully haven't given up the American dream. Some of you may just want to be healthy. Some of you want to be healthy and wealthy. Some of you just want to travel. But I'll tell you this too, another thing. You can have money, but if you're not healthy, it's not really fun. You're trying to push a wheelchair out there on the sand on the beach somewhere. So that's why health is so important. Now, the American dream, we all had and hopefully had a dream of becoming somebody or having something or being able to do something, make a 6-figure income or whatever, maybe just retiring comfortably, maybe buying a house or a new home or a home on the lake or driving a BMW or a Mercedes-Benz or a Tesla, one of the cars that our company pay for. And that's another story that's just unbelievable. But let's think about that for a moment. Your why. Why are you on this call? Why did you call into this number? It's because you still have hope. You still believe. And somewhere down deep inside, that's what we're hoping that you've listened to and you heard something on this call. Do the things that you don't want to do. And what I've heard this said so many times, and I agree to it. Do what you don't want to do, because I talk to many people say, I don't like doing that. I don't believe in MLM. I don't do this and I don't do that. And I tell people, I say, you know what I don't like doing? And what I'm afraid of is being broke. Okay. Now, let's talk about that. You know, what is it that you want to do? What is it that you want in life? Work, take a year or two, do what you don't want to do for a year or two. You know, just look at it like that way. A whole year, 2 years, do what you don't want to do. And then for the rest of your life, you can do all those things that you've been wanting to do because now you have created that residual income. Whereas people that work 40 and 50 years, I talk to them every day, seniors, and they're trying to live on $1,200 or not too much more than that a month. And you look at the rising cost of gas and so forth and electricity and all, and it's very difficult. And they're trying to make a decision whether or not to go and pay for their medication or, you know, pay for their light bill. You don't want to be there. That's why you're on this call this evening. We want you to believe in yourself again. We want you to light that fire again. We want this, hopefully this call will like a spark of fire within you because we want to take you and put you in the NBA. And you know what NBA stands for? We're not talking about National Basketball Association. We're talking about never broke again. How about that feeling? We're talking about being able to get rid of that financial cancer that many of us are dealing with. We're talking about changing your health. We're talking about people that are out here that you know right now, possibly yourself, that are dealing with diabetes, high blood pressure, sarcoidosis, all these other type of illnesses that we've happened to, unfortunately, develop in our lifespan here. So that's what we're asking you to do. I mean, I get so excited about it too. When I hear those ladies and the calls and man, it's like, wow, man, I just want to sign up again. But you know what? Mr. T won't let me do it. But anyhow, I'm going to leave you with this. You know what? You know, it's your time right now. You got to believe in yourself again. You got to believe and you know what? And our Heavenly Father didn't create no junk. And he didn't mean you to be here to come here and suffer and other people. We got something here, y'all. And let's take this thing to the top. Get in 10 and win. Thank you, Mr. T.
Woo! I love it. I love it. They keep it hot in Houston, Texas. Thank you, Dr. Reginald. Man. Folks, you know, let me just say this real quick. For those of you brand new, one time $3.99, and you can join your journey to the NBA. Never broke again. I always love it when you share that with us. But what I want to do real quick, because I think it's so important. We're talking about timing. We're talking about 10, where we are, where we're going, why you're on this call. I want to bring back Pastor Denise real quick, just for about 30 seconds. And I want you to tell people why it's so important, because we have some people who are still haven't bought tickets, still considering going. We have some people who ain't even thinking about going, but they may be going. Why don't you tell them why it's so important? You've been with 10, you've been with the company here for some time. Why it's so important for them to be there in Vegas next Saturday?
I'm a second, Mr. T. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, you better leave me alone, Mr. T. And I wouldn't calm my little self down. You better leave me alone. But let me tell you, you know, Mel Gill said that when him and Amy were out there in the industry, when they were getting started network marketing, they said that what made them win and what made their team the winner is that they attended the right event at the right time. I never knew. Now, Mel, he laughed a lot because he knew when I first came into the team effort on my video talk, I knew nothing about network marketing, you know, and I didn't know anything about it. So I was learning. It's like a learning curve. I was learning it. And they would have these 90-day events, which I didn't really take seriously because I wasn't, you know, really all that committed into it. I didn't understand why they keep having these 90-day events and why they keep having them out of town. You know? And but it was one of those 90-day events that I attended that literally turned my life around. I've never experienced anything like it in my life. Actually, it was my first big event. It was the very first one I went to because they were having these. I kept hearing, you know, they were having these 90-day events there, here, and there, California, Florida, whatever, but I would never go. Finally, I made up my mind to attend one, and I'm telling you, it was at that event that literally just changed my whole direction, changed my whole view, just changed everything on how I viewed life, how I viewed my finances, how I viewed the business arena. I realized that 9 to 5 had robbed me of so much for so long. And I was determined from that point I was not going to do it anymore. And at this big event, something happens at these big events. There's something in the atmosphere. There's something that's going to witness to you. There's something that's going to speak to you. And I can't tell you what it's going to be. Although when I was there, something spoke loud to me. And I looked at people walk across the stage and be acknowledged for great things that they've done and levels that they achieved. And they received cards. They gave away 26 Mercedes-Benz that day, certificates, acknowledgement. These grown men and women were walking across the stage crying with joy. And there was Melanie McGill. And Mel spoke. And I'm telling you, I've been to church since I was, I don't know what they say, knee-high to a melon. And I'm telling you, that was one of the first love ceremonies I think I have, sermons I have ever witnessed. I had never heard such a powerful love message than that day when Mel Gill stood on that stage and just talked about him and Amy, their vision, and the importance of family and people, and how important people are in health, and how 9 to 5 is just robbing you of your dreams and your visions. Family, you got to stop sitting back doing what you're doing and not making any change, any daily change. It makes a difference. This big event that's coming up next week, you need to do everything you can to get there. If to this point today, you still have not decided to go, I guarantee you, if you make up your mind to go to this big event, I guarantee you'll be on either Mr. T's call or the morning call testifying how you thank God that you took that positive risk and you attended that big event in Las Vegas. This is, like Mel Gill said, this is our first full calendar year. This is the first year the Team Effort Network has been, we've had our full year. Do you know what they're going to bring to the table in Las Vegas? Do you have any idea what's going to transpire, what's going to happen? And all the folks that's going to be there with their excitement and their families and their friends and their testimony. How can you step back and not put yourself in that position, to put in that atmosphere, and that where blessings and anointing and everything is going to be going forth? Somebody cut me off. Is that my?
No, go ahead.
My phone is giving me a warning. I got to go. But look, family, whatever you can, get there. Get. I don't care how you get there. Just get there if you can. But no, you want to be there. You want to be at the big event. Thank you, Mr. T.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Pastor Denise, and everyone who spoke on this call, from Nikisha in California to Dr. Reginald down in Houston, Texas. Folks, you heard it from the best. I want to encourage all of you, definitely do whatever it takes to get to Vegas next Saturday. And in between that time, we have some amazing morning motivational calls with Pastor Denise and Pastor Dale, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Boy, I tell you, those have been some exciting calls here as of late. As usual, plug in, plug in, plug in. And, of course, we have 3 more Show Me the Money calls before Vegas every Tuesday and Thursday. Folks, make sure you pile up these calls on Thursday night and next Tuesday and Thursday. In the meantime, be blessed. Get back with the person that invited you to this call, and we'll see you all at the top. Take care, folks.
All participants are now unmuted.